Welcome to the GYA podcast. I'm Caden.
I'm Emmanuel.
I'm Ezekiel.
And the GYA podcast is a tool for young adults all over to grow spiritually deep.
Yeah, we'll be talking about topics anywhere from GYA sermon recaps,
Yeah.
community, Sabbath.
Faith conversations, and small group resources.
Hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Yo.
Come on!
Welcome back to the GYA podcast. Garrett, wait, actually, first of all, we don't have Evan or Zeke here, my other co-host, but don't worry, they've been replaced with Garrett.
Yo, what is up? My name is Garrett. I'm excited to be here.
Garrett, we have a special guest today. Can you introduce the special guest for
All right,
us?
now this person, you've seen her everywhere. You probably heard her preaching, from wherever she's at, or she's shouting down Pastor Ray as he's speaking.
Yeah.
Everybody give it up for Alyssa DeLuna.
Come on.
Hey, so excited to be here.
That's good. Well, today's episode, we're talking all about faith. And I just want to ask, what does faith mean to you? Let's go with Garrett first, actually.
Well, I think the simple definition is faith is being sure of something you cannot see. And I think that's really important. As Christians, we cannot physically see God right here and right, wherever we are. And so we have to trust and we have to have faith. And we have faith in everything that we do.
Right.
Yeah.
I have faith that this couch is going to hold me up.
Yeah,
Right.
I have faith that the second floor is going to hold us up.
Right. Exactly. So that level of faith, knowing what your faith is based in, is really important when it comes to faith.
Yeah, what about you, Alyssa?
Yeah, I'd say the same. Faith is hoping for more.
Yeah.
Hoping that what you want, what you're believing in, or what God has for you is more than what you have for yourself.
Yeah.
Or what you're currently living in right now.
Yeah. So I have a definition right here that I wrote down.
Come on,
it's faith is trusting God, who he is and what he says, even when you cannot yet see the outcome. It's the confidence that God is faithful to his promises and willingness to rely on him rather than only what is visible or understandable.
Yeah.
So good.
And this is what I always think about. I don't know if somebody gave this definition. It might have been Pastor Dan, but this is what I think about. You guys ever been on the backcountry roads?
Sure.
Like
the gravel roads.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Gravel dirt roads.
like 2 lane, but it's 75 miles per hour going both ways.
Yeah.
People have faith without even realizing they have faith. You put trust in the other car that they're going to stay in their lane,
So
and you
true.
put trust in yourself and your driving capabilities that you're going to stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Going at each other at a very high speed. That's faith. The only
Right.
thing that's
100%.
separating you guys is a very thin yellow line
Yes.
that's dotted.
Yeah.
And that's what I think about when it comes to faith. And everybody has it. It's such an easy, accessible thing to get.
Right.
But I feel like sometimes it's so easy to get weak in it. And I want to touch on that aspect of things that might happen that might occur for you to be weak. So Gary, can you give us some examples where it might occur to be weak in faith? And then Alyssa, can you give us some solutions to those?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. When it comes to being weak in faith, it's so easy to get caught into this, really a lack in your faith because, naturally we just don't want to have faith in anything. We want to, doubt. We want to, how many times have you doubted the existence of God even in himself?
Yeah.
And you're okay, I need to remind myself, okay, he's there. Or you see something bad and you're like, man, why did God allow that to happen?
Right.
Is a good God even allowing to do that? And so it can be hard for us to see what's either going around or seeing okay, this situation seems so difficult. How on earth am I going to get past it? How on earth is God going to get me through this?
Yeah.
And so that can be tough, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when it comes to doubt, the people you surround yourself with is going to be a big factor
Right.
in how you conquer the doubt, conquer the fear, conquer the not understanding or wanting to understand. Because sometimes we want to understand why things happen or why God does what he does or why. Most of the time, sometimes we put ourselves in those situations and God's just trying to mold us and shape us through that. But I think the solution is knowing what God says, knowing his word, and then getting around like-minded community who has that. That's the same values, the same foundation, that they can push you and help you be molded. Sometimes we don't want to be molded. Sometimes we're like, God, I don't get it. God, I don't understand, and I don't care to be molded. And you have those people who are not going to call you out, but Pastor Elisha says this, call you up.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah,
calling
that's
you
good.
up, making you be the better person that God knows you can be too.
Yeah, that's good. Something about having faith that perseveres. Something that going through the hard times, knowing that God is still there is really hard to do because a lot of times we get lost in our situations.
Right.
Yeah.
We get lost. So let's take a very small situation. I have 15 miles in my tank. In the gas station 20 miles away.
Yeah.
But God said, I can get you there. And you're saying, I don't know, man. I got 15 miles. It
Right.
says 20 miles of the thing. And it's how do you have faith that perseveres? And one thing that I've written down was, you don't root your faith in outcomes.
Yeah.
You don't root it in things happening a certain way or in something that you want to happen. You root it in, I have faith because it pleases the Lord.
Yeah.
Having faith is something that pleases the Lord. So let's kick it back to who should we pick? Alyssa, Gary. Who is it going to be?
We're both big team players. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not going to offend me either way.
Yeah.
Okay, Alyssa.
Okay.
How do you have faith when it's tempted? Like, in the sense of, dang, like I'm on the mountaintop, and then like the valley just hits out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have faith even in those moments?
I mean, Garrett talked about it. It's hard. We doubt, but I think it's just so biblical to be transformed in faith. Not only does faith show us, transform us, but faith shows our loyalty to the Lord.
Yeah.
Like if I'm truly rooted in God, I'm gonna hold on to the hope that's coming. And it reminds me of a verse in James.
I know this one.
I know James. I love James. James is my favorite book of the Bible. If you've never read the book of James,
It's like the Proverbs of
Please do.
the New Testament.
Right.
Please
Facts.
do, please
Facts.
do.
Wisdom.
It's the best. It says in chapter 1, verse 2, consider it great joy, my brothers and sisters, when you experience various trials,
Yeah.
because you know that the testing of your faith produces endurance, and let endurance have its full effect, so that you may be made whole and complete, lacking nothing.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
that's just point blank
Yeah.
period. That's a little bit of wisdom right there. But just knowing that the trials, it produces the endurance for your
Yeah.
faith.
Right.
Because this isn't the first trial you're going to have, and I promise you it's not going to be the last trial that you're going to have. In God's word, it says that we will have trouble, but to take heart because he's overcome the world. How do I
Yeah.
take heart? I have my faith, and I'm growing the faith actively. I'm not just going to a Tuesday night or a GYA small group and hoping that that's going to fill my water tank throughout the whole week. No, I'm consistently trying to seek the Lord and his guidance, and seeking counsel and wisdom, and doing all the things to be a better faither. I guess, I don't know if that's really a word.
I like
To
that
be
word. We're gonna make it.
a faither.
Put it
Faither.
in a Webster dictionary.
Yeah.
Put it in Webster.
Yeah.
If I would've
Maybe not Webster's, but
Maybe like Merriam. Is that
Merriam.
Webster? Is that
Merriam
Merriam
Webster.
yeah, it's the
Webster?
same person, I think.
Same person.
Merriam-Webster.
His first and last name, I guess.
Yeah.
Faither. To be a faither.
That can't be right.
I know something about having faith that perseveres, though, is like, it's beautiful because it doesn't just affect you, but it affects
Right.
other people's walks.
Right.
So Garrett, like, how would you say that if you have faith through a tough situation, how does it help somebody else get through a tough situation?
Yeah, I mean, I think one, actions speak louder than words in anything we do. You can say that, oh, I believe in God, or I have faith that this, and that. But if you don't show your faith and perseverance through these tough times, then people aren't gonna be able to see it. People aren't gonna have that faith for themselves. And so I think a big thing, as you mature in your relationship with God, you're then able to kind of look back at all the situations where maybe you weren't faithful, or maybe you were, and you see God's faithfulness that never fails and is always true. And so you can look back, and even if the situation is seemingly impossible, you can look back to those moments and be like, this might look like a crazy situation, but I know what God did here. I know that he is a good father. I know that he can get me through anything. So this, to be honest, is nothing, because he's done it for me before.
Yeah.
He's done it time and time again. And so whenever you're going through it, and maybe someone else is going through it, maybe you're in a good spot, or maybe you're not. Maybe you're in it together and you're going through a hard situation together. Man, you can speak from your experiences. You can speak from the things that God has already done. And here's the thing: no one can deny your experiences.
Yeah.
No one can be like, I don't think he does that. No, he did. He's already done it. I'm not talking from a place I hope he does, or I read that he does. He has.
Yeah.
And I've seen it. And then you can speak from confidence and boldness. And so that's why it's important. Whether you had faith then or not, you're able to see the outcome of what it was.
Yeah. I feel like, why not put, from coming from a place where I wasn't saved to coming to a place where I was saved, it's like, why would I not put my faith in somebody that's always winning,
Right.
So
never loses,
Never
who
lost,
keeps his promises,
Undefeated.
Why? I'm saying, why would I put my faith in something that's not sturdy, something that's
So
not
good.
strong? And I think so often young adults do it, and it's like, okay, but what happens is they keep going back to it. So whatever it is, they just keep going. If it's drugs, they keep going back to it. If it's sex, they keep going back to it. It's like, it's addictive.
Yeah.
And it becomes an idol in your life. And it's so hard to, leave from it, because like I said, you keep going back to it. The only way you can get those things or have sinful nature is to keep going back to it.
Yeah.
And it's not always there, because you don't always have that same high. You don't always have that same feeling. But there's a God who's right there waiting.
Yeah.
Right.
Emmanuel,
Yeah.
a God with us.
Yeah.
There's a God who's waiting for you to be like, come on, just put your trust in me. Like, I'm right here. Like,
Yeah.
put your trust in me. Time and time again, throughout the whole entire Bible, it's God that's winning.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Thanks.
tell me the time that God lost.
Can't.
Exactly.
Can't. Simple. Even when it seemed like he's losing,
Right.
he's not.
He's
Yeah.
not. Yeah. I think it
Yeah.
just shows like where you're rooted in. So we're talking about being rooted in faith, being rooted in that sin or that temptation or
Yeah.
that person. Let's get real. Young adults are rooted in a lot of things that are temporary.
Yeah.
And even in James it says you're going to face trials of various trials, many kinds.
Yeah.
And you choose whether the trial defines you or God defines
Come
you.
on.
Oh, that's good.
And that's
really
up
good.
to you. Because God loves you so much, He's gonna let you. He's gonna let you do
Right.
whatever pleases you. But
Yeah.
being able to trust and have faith in Him pleases Him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really
It's
good.
facts.
What are some ways, anybody can answer this, what are some ways that you can grow in your faith? Like,
Well, I mean-
very simplistic. Like, it doesn't have to be like something over the top. Like, you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
wake up at 4 a.m.
Sure. Well, faith is rooted in trust, I would say.
Yeah.
Like in order for you to have a strong faith, you have to trust the person you're putting your faith in. And so when it comes to God, I mean, you've heard this a time whether you broke a friend's trust or you did something, right? It's torn down very easily, but it's slow to build.
Yeah.
And so I think the biggest thing is putting your faith and starting and building that faith up.
Yeah.
Like don't wait to build your faith. Don't only put your faith in Him whenever the hardest situations, right? Like I'm putting my faith in God in the little things.
Yeah.
And I'm building those little things here and there.
great.
I need to build up that faith, because if I don't, then when situations come, like and hard trials are there and I haven't built up that faith, then I'm less likely to rely on God.
Yeah, that's
I'm more
really
likely
good.
to try to control it myself with my
Yeah.
own things. And so it's a trust thing. Do
Yeah.
you trust God with your life? Do you trust God in your situation? And you
Yeah.
have to build that up. And it comes from trials, which is why he says it, right? You will face trials. It also says in that same book in James where it says, like, are you going to be a person who's tossed and thrown by the waters of the world? Like, or are you going to be someone who can stay strong? Who can be the waters might be coming, they might be trying to push you from side to side, but man, it doesn't faze me.
Yeah,
that's
that's
great.
good. That's really good.
That's good.
And something that I got from that actually was to build trust, you have to have a relationship.
Facts.
What a lot of people don't understand, and this is why Christianity to me is so cool, is because it's a relationship.
Right.
It's not anything else. It's, hey, God, I'm coming to you right now. This is day one. And then you eventually forget the days, but then it's like, God, like, you have to talk to Him.
Yeah.
So I would say prayer is the strongest way you
So
can
true.
get your faith.
That's great.
Reading His Word, which is sustained, which is true, which is everlasting.
Right.
That's another way you can, get more faith. It's like, oh, wait, like, God, like, I'm going through the same situation. Like, this Bible is real.
Yeah.
So oftentimes, especially as young adults, we read the Bible and it's like, man, that's his Moses though. Like he can split
Right,
the sea.
right.
Like I never seen it happen before,
Yeah.
but he can split the sea. So like but this is
Right.
a real life person.
Right.
Jesus walked on this earth
Right.
as a real life person, 100% man and 100% God.
So crazy.
And it's not like we don't read it all the time. It's more like we just don't put our faith in it.
Yeah.
It's
that's
like
so true.
it's true. It's living. The Bible is breathing. Every single day when I read this, I'm like, this happened.
Yeah.
This can happen in my life.
Right.
Chains can break. Healings can occur. Miracles occur. And we see it all the times, but sometimes people rather shy away from it or lean back into their own situation.
Yeah.
So, Alyssa, what type of ways would you grow in your faith? Actually, personally speaking, how did you grow in your faith?
How could I grow in my faith? Or how have I grown in my faith?
How have you grown in your faith? That's a better word.
I know, shameless plug, but small groups, honestly.
Oh my
I love
God!
small groups.
Come on now, join one.
Join a small group. I am a firm believer in small groups. There was a girl when I started coming to young adults a long time ago when I didn't have to fight anybody for a seat. When there was like 200 people and Pastor Ray and Pastor Olivia were just getting onto the staff. And I was in YA. There was this girl. She doesn't work here anymore. She used to work here. She now is running children's ministries across multiple campuses in I think Minnesota. Or
Yes,
Minnesota. Katie LeBlanc. She was my first small group leader.
Shout out to Katie.
Shout out Katie. And Gloria Elsner was also living with her at the time. So shout out Gloria.
Shout out Gloria.
But that small group changed my life. I was in a really dark spot in my life. I was just coming back to the Lord and kind of learning this whole this whole Christian thing, this whole life, this whole how do I live wanting to be God's daughter or knowing who my identity is. And that small group just changed my life. It allowed me to be honest, to be real,
awesome.
And they were just able to speak life into me, and like not only speak life into me, but speak what the word says about me, and how my faith can grow because of that. And just those people became like some of my best friends. I met Bethany Kauser, who wasn't even Bethany Kauser yet.
Right.
I met Taylor Carrasco, who was also not married at the time.
There's
Taylor
Taylor.
Carrasco, Miranda Rodriguez, who is now married. Like, there's just a lot of people
Yeah.
that I met in that group that really helped shape my thoughts on what it means to be a daughter of God, and not just I follow Jesus, but like genuinely living for the Lord.
Yeah.
And I think that
awesome.
getting surrounded in like-minded community, whether it is a small group here or just kidding, just join small groups here.
What small groups? What small groups should they get plugged into?
You should get plugged into any of the 26 small groups that are here.
There's a lot.
We'll shout about later. We'll shout about later.
Oh, we're talking about that later?
Yeah, talk about that later.
Dang, I was trying to find it in there. I was trying to slide it in there, you know what I'm saying?
We'll ease it in
All
there
right,
later.
whatever, man.
But honestly, surrounding yourself with like-minded people, and the people who lead these small groups are trusted by the young adult staff.
Yeah.
So they're trusted by the Grace staff here.
That's good.
So knowing that the people that are leading you, that are shepherding who you are, it's life-changing. I love small groups so much, and I think that every single young adult should be in a small group.
I
really
think
good.
not even that. I think sometimes God's calling you to lead one.
Oh,
You know, I don't want to put it out there, but like I think sometimes it's like I've been poured into so much
Right.
that I have this overflowing cup on the side that I could
so
pour out
good.
to other people.
Yeah.
And I think one thing's I'm just gonna get off topic for a little bit.
Do it.
Got it,
I
bro.
think one thing that we preach a lot is not adding on to your life. It's inviting people into your life. So
that's
it's
so good.
it's not about, hey, like, you lead a small group and you'll take this time with your day. No, like, if you go to a coffee shop on a Friday evening at 6 o'clock, we just ask you to make that a small group.
Yeah.
Like, dive in the Word together. If you're going to play basketball, just add a little prayer in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's all we're asking. We're not asking for you to, go out your way and then block off your schedule or rearrange your
Yeah.
work schedule. Like, no, whatever you already do. Like, if you wanted to start a 4 a.m. prayer call and that's a small group, hey,
Amen.
I'm all for it. You know,
Shout out to those
I
people.
don't think I'll enjoy it, but like, I'm all for it. You know.
Shout out to those people. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, but like I think so oftentimes we get lost, but like by having somebody ask you to lead.
But we're getting lost, and we're not even allowing people to pour into. Like we're as young adults, we get lost, and we're not even trying to be found. And
Yeah.
I think that's a huge deal. Is the Lord leaves the 99 for us, but like who is the Lord trusting here at this time at Grace Young Adults small group leader to lead us? Because not only is God trusting them with you, God's trusting you with them.
Right.
How are you going to steward well what God is putting in your hands? And especially if you have all these leadership qualities and God's already spoken to you and you have this call in your life everyone's called to ministry. I just want to say that.
Right.
Now, it might be vocational
Right.
ministry. It might be ministry in the marketplace.
Facts.
Everyone is called to spread God's word,
Yeah.
to make the kingdom bigger and
Yeah.
make hell smaller.
Your ministry
Yep.
is exactly where your
Your
feet's at.
ministry is where your feet are at.
Yeah.
It's really good. I think something else that's kind of attached to that is like I think of Gideon. Like he thought he was unqualified. He said,
Right.
"I'm the weakest of my people. I'm the weakest in my family. My family's the weakest in our clan."
Yeah.
Like it's just he sees himself as a weakness, but yet God sees something so much bigger for
Right.
him.
Yeah.
And so if you're like, man, I don't know if leading is my capability or if that is my strength, like you'll never really know how much God can use a leadership opportunity or to lead a small group, or even if it's not like an organized, like you're saying, go do it at a coffee shop, go do it with your life. Like we're supposed to make disciples of all nations. That's our great commission. That's our role. That's our
Right.
assignment. It's not like, okay, like I have to lead a small group, like, or like I don't feel good enough to lead a small group. No, like we're called to have groups, small groups. Jesus had a small group.
Yeah.
Jesus had people in his life that he was pouring into. And so I think it's less of a like, I need to be the leader of a group. I think it's more so like we're growing one another. Like even if you're a small group leader, that doesn't like sure you're pouring out, but also you're getting poured into.
Right.
Yeah.
If you surround yourself with the right people, you're getting poured
Yeah.
into as well. And I think we forget that sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah.
we think we just have to pour out,
Right.
and then we don't like take those small groups, the things that we've invested in, for them to sharpen you
Yeah.
and sharpen
Yeah.
yourself.
That's great.
I think as a leader too, like from personal experience, the first thing I ever wanted to do was I wanted to lead a small group. And then somebody was like, you should also join the prayer team. And it actually worked pretty well. And I was like, you know what? This is actually really good. It goes hand in hand with each other. I was like, okay, bet. So I started leading a small group. It was called Rooted. It's called Rooted this year too. And the amount of people that come to my small group that pour back into me from the good conversations, from the overflowing, from like, some people come in, like I have leaders that come in and like sometimes like a mistake or two, like with the wording, they pull me to the side, they correct me. I don't mind it. I'm like, hey, I'm all for it. I'm here to be corrected as well. Like we're all underneath one ruler.
Exactly.
God,
Amen.
which is Jesus. Like there's nobody higher than one another. And even as a leader, it's just leading other people to Jesus.
Yeah.
It's follow me. It was Jesus' simple command.
Yeah.
Come, follow me. And I think so oftentimes that we, like you said, young adults astray from that. They'd rather be lost than found. Guys,
So good.
we have. I want to take like an intermission.
Okay.
Because I don't think they know. Like this is a Grace Young Adults. Like I'm a part of like Grace Young Adults, like practicum, but like we have Grace Kids in the house. I love serving Grace Kids. Like absolutely love serving Grace Kids. So like, why Grace Kids? Like why? Like just give me take the question however you want to, and follow it up with your own answer.
I just want you to know that these are going to be two very different answers.
Right. Well, we're talking about faith, and just to talk about Grace Kids, we're supposed to have childlike faith, right? And so, man, you'll never grow more than watching these kids and watching like what they do to you. Like talk about ironing sharpen iron. These kids, these young kindergarten all the way to 5th grade. That's the elementary. That's where Alyssa and I are a part of, and they grow us so much. We see their faith. We tell them, hey, this is what Jesus can do, and they believe it. Like so many times for us, we're like, oh, like it says this in the Bible, but like, does he really mean that? Like, what is that all that about? And so when we talk about faith, like kids ministry is a great way. It's built my faith a whole lot. But that's not what you asked. You asked why Grace Kids, and the reality is this: I am a product of a good children's ministry. I'm a product of leaders, of adults pouring into my life at an early age. And it says in the Bible, like if you can get them when they're young, then they'll never leave the faith. And I'm a product of that. Like my family, we went to church every Sunday, whether I liked it or not. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. And a lot of you guys, like that's your story. Like you've just been in church over and over again. But not only was I in church, I had leaders who saw me, and they said, "Hey, we see something inside of you that, of course, as a kid, I didn't see that in myself. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. I get to go on stage and help lead worship. Like that's the way I'm looking at it. But man, they grabbed me when I was young, and I learned how to read my Bible, how to pray to God. And was I perfect because of that? No, not by any means not. If anything, I had a lot of trouble. The enemy, the enemy wants nothing but to steal, kill, and destroy. And so he's been after my life at a young age, all the way up until now. And so yes, I've made mistakes, and I've lost my faith in several different ways. But what kids ministry has done for me, man, to be able to turn that and teach kids the same thing, and it's a different time. I mean, for myself, like it was very, I kind of understood. I had some great leaders and all stuff, but like these kids are so different than I was when I was a kid. Like they're exposed to so much at such an early age with the rise with technology and TikTok being like you can see anything and everything with really no parental like guidance. They can really do whatever. They could see all sorts of stuff. I mean, they could see some really bad things, and so wanting to be the person that can kind of help guide them in that. And for them, we talked about how, experiences, what we've experienced before, how it helps us, teach others. Like I'm able to, when these kids are going through like a parent who has cancer or like a family member that's died, and they're like, how am I supposed to think about this? How am I supposed to process this? Because the reality is like, there will be kids, we talk about this all the time. There will be kids who ask us to pray for their cat who's lost. All right, and like I get you're sad, all right, but your cat's probably okay, or just out and doing something. But then there's like some really real things that these kids are going through, and man, for them to trust us to even open up with some of those things, it requires heavy investment in these kids. And so the reality is that's why I got involved. I was invested in, and man, if I never invested in those kids, man, it'd be a waste of what God has done in my life.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's good.
What about you, Alyssa?
And again, this is going to be a completely different answer. I think my heart, just coming back, like long story short, I fell off a really long time ago. The Lord really just redeemed my story, came back, and I just really feel like my heart has always been for the next generation. My heart I started volunteering in youth and young adults, and I was like, I'll never volunteer for kids, ever. Ever. And
Horrible trap to fall in, by the way.
Yeah, horrible
Technically, she still hasn't, but she works for kids now.
Terrible. But then it's just so funny because God's just funny, you know. God just kind of takes your words and he's like, gotcha. So I actually got the opportunity to kind of step in at a higher level of capacity to volunteer at kids camp this year. And when I tell you, my eyes were open in a completely different way to kids. Man, God's got their hand on this, his hand on this ministry for sure. And I just remember going throughout the 3 days with the staff was so welcoming and the volunteers were like really excited. And it's never about us, it's about God. And I feel like in that moment, there was just a specific moment during worship and the music stopped playing and the kids kept singing and I just was bawling and I was in tears and they were singing Holy Forever. And I was like, God was like, this is where you need to be. This is where I need you to be. And I get the great opportunity not only to like love on the kids, but I get to love on leaders. I'm a big people person. Positivity is my number one strength finder. So and it's also Garrett's second one.
No, it's what is it?
I think it's 2 because Woo was your number one.
Yeah, Woo's my number one.
We have very similar strength, but positive. I just love bringing the energy to a room, and I love that. I love that God has trusted me with the gifts that I have to build His kingdom when it comes to kids ministry. Whether it is kids, because kids ministry is a family ministry. We're not just winning kids; we're winning families.
Right.
And as soon as you win over the parents, those parents go to equip classes, and then as soon as they go to equip classes, they're getting invested in, and they're becoming small group leaders for Grace Group. So there's just so much that happens within the kids ministry that God does for this whole house, and it's really special to see. And I love the team that we're on, and I love making hell mad by getting the kids to just worship the Lord and really understand. They're understanding like these stories. People think like, oh, this is childcare. No, this is not childcare.
Yeah,
we invest in
really
them. They want somebody. Kids want somebody who cares and who's consistent. And if you're caring and you're consistent, you win them.
Yeah. Kaden, what has been, since you've been recently
Yes.
hopping in and seeing what we do and joining in and helping out, what has been your honest experience of the kids men?
I love the kids men. Like I extremely I got to serve with the 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds yesterday. Oh my gosh. They like understand everything.
Yeah.
Bro.
Sure.
Like when you say it to them and break it down for them, even the elementary students or kids, they understand everything. And it's like, it's so beautiful to see because it's like, I wasn't here. I'm not the one that planted that seed in them. So I know somebody planted that seed in them, which was either one of the leaders, one of the staff members. It doesn't matter. Like their parents. Like I don't know who it was, but I'm just like, this is beautiful that God is working beyond these 4 walls of this church.
Yeah.
Because they're coming in talking about, oh, I gave out a Jesus, a little Jesus at my school today. I'm like, where'd you get a little Jesus from?
You're 3 years old.
Who bought that?
You can't chew on that, by the way. But for me, it's just a reminder. Like, this is about to be funny how I say this, but to have faith that others have faith. That there's faith planted in everybody.
Yeah.
Now it's where you put your faith at, like we said earlier.
That's so good. Yeah.
It's, do I put my faith in God? As a kid, like, there's some things that seem really big in life, putting on your shoe, tying your shoe for, like, those are really big obstacles to overcome. Those are learning curves, how to walk. Those are all learning curves, but they put faith.
Yeah.
They put faith in their parents.
Yeah.
They put faith in those around them. Like, hey, if I get, like, I've seen so many kids, like, run around, fall down, get right back up. Like, no questions asked.
Yep.
I know a lot of young adults that run around, fall down, 2 business days later, get back up. Oh, I know a lot of young adults that run around, fall down, 7 weeks later.
Kaden.
Like I know there's so many people out there that I think when you have childlike faith, like the Bible instructs us to,
Bro.
and especially when we compare it back to the Lord,
Yeah.
it's like I always use everybody else in the room as an example that I can learn from them.
Yeah.
I'm never
True.
higher than anybody when I walk in the room.
So good.
It's if I walk in a room of like, especially with my small group, when I walk in the room, I'm not higher than any one of these people.
Right.
They can teach me something right now.
Yeah.
I walk with the kids. They can teach me something. While I'm in youth with the students,
Yeah.
they can teach me something.
Yeah.
While I'm with the seniors, they can teach me something.
man.
You know, I don't take any opportunity for granted. And I think when you have childlike faith, that's what it does. Is
100%.
you can learn from anything, any mistake.
Yeah.
And you can learn how to get back up immediately. Because you're like, that doesn't faze me.
Right.
Now, babies will cry, though. Kids will cry, though.
Right.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
they'll fall down, cry, but they'll get back up running towards you.
Yeah.
You know, I think oftentimes that's a perfect example of what we should do.
100%.
Is we get back up, we run straight back to the Father.
Right.
So good.
Whether we're crying or not, whether we're hurt or not, we need to run straight back to the Father. And I think oftentimes young adults get so lost in the, oh, I got my big boy pants on, I pay taxes, I got a car, I got a big boy job,
Right.
I could do all of this. No, like it's okay to have childlike faith.
Yeah.
It's okay to know nothing.
Yeah.
Compared to God, we know nothing at
Zero.
all.
Yeah, we overcomplicate things
Yeah.
so much as young adults. Like,
Yeah.
like 2 + 2 = 4, and it'll always equal 4.
Yeah.
But we have to
Find a way around
find
it.
a way around it, or
Yeah, like, let's
put 2 tally marks and 2. Like,
Let's
no.
put parentheses, exponents,
Yeah.
multiply, divide.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
PEMDAS. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
now?
What do you mean now?
Well, apparently.
It's always been
No,
PIMDOS.
the same
no,
forever.
I feel like a youth student told me the other day that it's called like GEMDOS or something with a G.
Oh, they add stuff.
Yeah, they added
I think
stuff.
it's
They didn't
like
teach me that.
it's G for groupings instead of P for.
Oh, we're looking at
for
groupings and
parentheses.
factors and stuff. Oh, I'm
Don't
good.
know.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm,
But-
not
I'm
in
so
school.
glad I'm not in school,
I'm
man.
glad I'm not.
I'm in school, but I
anymore.
don't have math class, so I think I'm good.
I'm not. No, we do. We overcomplicate things
Yeah.
as young adults. We make things so complicated, and God is literally like, my word says, follow me.
Yeah.
My word says, why are we praying about things? And I'll never forget this. Pastor Dan did a message series some years ago, and it was called One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, and that series changed my life. He was saying, why do we pray about things that God genuinely is telling us in His Word to do? Why are we praying about tithing? God, should I tithe? It literally says to tithe. God, should I serve? It literally says to serve.
Yeah.
God, like, we make things so complicated, and we tell a kid, hey, get in line, and they're like, okay. And then they're fine.
Yeah, it's like we complicate the most simple commands.
Yeah.
When Jesus said, follow me,
Yeah.
it wasn't a, man, I think about it.
Right.
It was a,
Immediately.
drop the fish nets. I'm fisher of
Immediately.
men now. What do you want me to do, Rabbi? Teacher, what are your ways? Because your ways are better than mine.
Yeah.
And I need to learn from you. And having childlike faith is so beautiful because it's like, all I got to do is follow you.
Right.
And you're leading people to the kingdom.
Whew.
That's easy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not asking you to do anything more. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
asking you follow the simple rules in this book,
Right.
the Bible, and keep walking towards. It gets narrow. It says it. It gets
Right.
narrow. The road to life is narrow,
Yeah.
and the path to destruction is wide.
Whew.
And it's so easy to go down the wide path to drift away. It's really easy
It's
to.
easy when you've been down the wide path.
Yeah.
And
It's
you
true.
have
It's
go
easy
the
to go back
narrow.
down the wide path because it's like, I'm good. Like, that looks a little dark. That's why in the Bible it says, your word's a lamp unto my feet,
Light
not
to
the
my
map.
path. Yep.
Right.
It doesn't
Ooh.
give you the whole map. It gives you the next step.
Yeah.
Right.
Take the next step. Have faith in me. Take the next step after. Trust me. Like, I'm with you, my son, my daughter.
Yeah.
Like, God
So
is
good,
trying to
Kaden.
reach to us.
Yeah.
Gary, you about to say something? I saw you a little bit. You about to say something, Gary?
Well, no, I just think it's very, very interesting. I mean, we're talking about faith, and you're talking about the wide and the narrow, and there's even more to that because you have this wide path, and a lot of people are on this wide path. That's what it says, and there's the narrow path where not many are. And the whole idea is that, you know, where your faith is which path you're taking, because if there's a situation, a hard time, and man, I'm running to alcohol.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, oh, alcohol helps me, you know, cope. You know, like it's true. I mean, sure, true, it helps. I mean, I guess and temporarily, or
Yeah.
maybe I'm going to smoke that joint. Okay, like that helps me deal with this situation or whatever. Or man, maybe I'm going and I'm gossiping because when I talk about it with somebody else, it kind of makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
And in reality, is we like if our faith is not tied to God, we will then, like you're talking about the kids like running, like where do they run? You know, like whenever they hurt, what do they do at the park? They run to their mom.
Yeah.
Mom, I hurt my leg.
Yeah.
And the thing is that we don't do that. We turn to these other things. We turn to substances. We turn to isolation. We turn
Yeah.
to other people to fix things that only God can help us with.
Yeah.
And so faith is so important when it comes to choosing the right path. Not only does faith, you know, keep you on the right path, but it keeps you rooted in the right path.
So good.
Yeah.
Keeps you there. Because here's the thing, it says like you can drift off, you know, you can drift
Yeah.
off a little bit, but if you're rooted, like if I'm in a boat and I have an anchor down and to what I'm rooted in, like this is where I want to be. I want to be following under God's protection, under God's covering, under God's life. Then the anchor is going to keep me there. Even if I drift off, I'm going to very quickly be brought back to where my anchor is.
Yeah.
And so faith is so tied into all of that. And I love how you're talking about, kids just, they fall, they get right back up. Fall, get right back up. I heard it said this, and you could write a whole sermon on that, just like on getting up. But I had a friend, Brock Nolan, who's a good friend of mine. He's a young adult. He told me this. I was going through a season where I just kind of felt like I was just falling. And it was hurt, and I was frustrated, and there were things that were out of my control, things that were in my control that I was frustrated about. But he told me this, and I'll never forget it. He told me, you need to stop falling backwards and you start falling forwards.
Yeah.
That's so good.
When you go, like every time we fall, we want to just sit in it.
Yeah.
We want to sit, and that shows that our faith is not rooted in God. It
So
shows
true.
that our faith is rooted in ourselves. Like this is what's best for me, so I'm gonna be depressed, or this is what's best for me, so I'm gonna isolate. This is what's best for me, so I'm gonna go do drinks and drugs. I'm gonna I'm gonna do all that. But if you're rooted in God, man, it says the righteous fall 77 times, but get back up, and they go forward. And so your reaction, how you respond to different situations, how you do it shows where your faith is at.
That's so true.
However well you persevere is what's gonna get you through it. It's gonna get you through, because that perseverance, that narrow road, when things start to get tight and then everything starts to come off, and it's like, oh wait, this is getting hard.
Yeah.
Then once again it leads back to that mountaintop. It's like, oh, I made it through that. I can go through anything right now.
Right.
You know? But then it's like, okay, well, I know the next trial is going to happen, because it says various trials. It doesn't say one trial. It doesn't say two trials. It says various trials.
Yeah.
It's not the same trial, and sometimes it is the same trial.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not the same trial. And we got to learn how to deal with it, with loss, with grief, and how to invite God into those moments, because God wants to inhabit those moments.
Right.
He wants to be with you and near to you in those moments.
So
He doesn't want you to be far away. He wants you to be more like Him.
So good.
And I really hate this part of the episode because it's like coming to the end. But I also love this part of the episode because we get a shout out small groups.
Come on.
Small
So like, who wants to go first? I have one in mind.
I have two.
You go with your first one, and then Gary's gonna go, then I'm gonna go, then you go with your last one to kick us off.
Okay. The first one I want to shout out is The Bible in 4 Months with Krista and Noah.
Come on.
They're literally reading
4
the
months.
whole Bible in the 4
months
span period that we're having small groups. So shout out to them. Krista said they had a great first turnout, and I think that's powerful, trying to read the Bible. And actually not trying, they're actually doing it with the Bible in 4 months. So shout out to them. That's my first shout out.
Yeah, it's cool because that's like a commitment too. Like you're not only. I mean, here's the thing. How are you supposed to tell anybody about Jesus if you don't know the full story? If you haven't read the Bible, you need to read the boring parts, right? Of like Leviticus.
The
and
Bible is
hey, chill. Leviticus is my favorite book
is it
of the
really?
Bible.
You're tripping. But no, I'm actually in Leviticus right now. I'm towards the end of it, but. I like that a whole lot because it forces you, but a commitment, a Bible plan, encourages you not just to read the stuff that makes you feel good, right? You're reading everything and everything in it. So yeah, that's awesome. Noah, Crystal, you're amazing. That's an awesome group. For me, I'm a sports guy. All right, I'm a sports guy. I love it. I love it a whole lot. I think it's so important to involve activities in your small groups. I mean, we did a brick by brick, which is basketball, but I don't want to shout them out, although I kind of did. I want to shout out the Grace United group, the soccer group.
Meets every other Monday.
Every other Monday. All right, and yes, but I love it a whole lot because it invites fun with community and all that stuff. And you'll never know the impact of just, hey, I like this activity. Let's make it a small group. Like I like basketball. Let's make that a small group.
Yeah.
I like soccer. Let's make it a small group. I like going for a run, right? Like the Chosen Run Club. All right, boom. Make it a small group. And so it's just really cool, and people can get around that because it's fun. I mean, it's fun. We don't have to make it the most intense Bible, study of all time where I'm like, okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna learn all Greek. We're just gonna go. I mean, there are groups like that, and there are amazing if that's your taste, that's your whatever. But not everyone responds to that kind of group. And people, I mean, imagine the outreach that Chosen Run Club has been. Imagine the outreach that Grace United has been. Just getting people to have some fun, and then that's where ministry happens.
Yeah, that's really good. I want to shout out those 4 leaders of Grace United though. We have Daryl.
Daryl.
We got Jasmine. We got Josue.
Josue.
And we got Madeline.
Madeline.
We are better because of you guys.
Yes,
Like,
facts.
seriously
100%.
speaking, like,
100%.
inviting people in, because I'm sure there's people that play soccer that have never heard of Grace Church before.
Right.
But they're like, oh, wait, bet, like, I'm free
I
on Monday
wanna
night,
play
you know?
soccer, yeah.
And there's people out there like that. There's like, oh, I was just walking around, or I got invited to this from somebody else. It's a little bit easier to invite somebody to, like, oh, you want to come play soccer? Like, yeah, it's tricking them, but like, it's like low-key a good trick though.
Right.
It's like, you want to come play soccer?
It's like an
oh,
outreach
is that a
every single
church?
time.
Is that a
Yeah.
church? No, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
There's turf.
It's turf.
Don't worry about that.
There's a few.
It's
Alright.
it's so good. And no, it's
Yeah.
so good because whenever we did our basketball group, a lot of it was just people inviting people that they'd gone and hooped with at different places, different parks, and I'd have people coming in and you can tell, man, that they're living in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They live in the world, and they would never experience any type of prayer, any type of Bible study, and or church at all. But yet, that group is their experience to Jesus,
Yeah.
and how I treat those people, how we treat each other in small groups. It shows
Yeah.
them Jesus,
Yeah.
and so it is so important. Like what you're saying is so
Yeah.
true.
And even as like a quick little reminder, I think that you don't have to grow the whole plant.
Right.
You have to plant the seed though.
Come on.
So good.
When you plant the seed, let God handle the rest.
Come on.
Put your
That's true.
faith back in God, like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Like this, you don't have to. Oh, I need to spread the gospel. I need to I need to save their life right now. Like no, not about me.
Yeah.
About Him.
Yeah.
And plant the seed. When you get people like that in your small group, it's like, oh, they've been of the world, or they never heard the word of God before. Hey, did you know Jesus loves you? Do you have any prayer requests? It could be so
good.
simple, but that seed that's planted, God will nourish that and grow it in them.
That's so true.
Whether it's 10 years, 20 years, the next day, the same night, only God knows.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important. Now, I have a small group leader.
Come on.
I think you guys are going to like her too.
Okay.
Doncel.
Doncel.
Come as you
Doncel.
are. I love that small
Doncel's
group.
also on the kids team. She serves in our 5-year-old kindergarten room.
Yeah.
So if you want to join the kids team,
Or if you like Doncel,
if you like Doncel, 'cause she's great.
Doncel's amazing.
Doncel's
Let me
great.
tell you a funny story.
Tell us.
So
Go ahead.
I was at PCR, Pearland Coffee Roasters. And I
Which
was
location?
Huh? The one next to Stevenson Park. I don't know exactly.
The Friendswood
The
location.
Friendswood
Yeah,
location.
friends with location.
I got
I
you.
forgot you're
Yeah.
not from here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not. Yeah. No addies for me. I don't know anything. So I'm chilling at that one. Her whole small group pulls up on me. And so I'm just sitting there playing cards with them and talking to them. It's
That's
all
so
girls small
funny.
group, by the way. So like it was like, but you could tell that the joy that she spread out to them,
Yeah.
the understanding of the Bible that she has,
Yeah.
like she leads so well.
She does.
Doncel, we're better because of you guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
Like,
Doncel.
I'm so serious about all this. Like I love each and every small group leader. And Alyssa, you have one more.
I have one more. I'm a little biased because they're my homies. But the Cowsers, Austin and Bethany Cowser.
Come on,
They
that's not.
have-
No, I like it. No,
I love
They're-
them.
they're
They
great.
have they have a small group called Firm Foundation for all the engaged and married couples. And if you're engaged or you're married, if you're in one of those seasons, get in community with them because they are just a great example
Yeah.
of having God centered at their relationship. I've been friends with both of them separately. I've gotten to see them grow at their wedding and together, and now they have a baby on the way. So I
Yeah.
just want to shout out the Cowsers because they are amazing, and we are better
Yeah.
because of you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
It's never too late to join a small group. So get in one today.
Yes.
Before it's too late.
Right.
And
And we're on break for the summer.
we're on break for the summer. But don't worry, our small group leaders like to go over the time.
Oh, 100%.
Like they'll go until next year. So don't worry. We love you guys. See you guys next week. Thanks for watching this episode. Make sure you join a small group if you're not in one already. And if you are in one, invite a couple of people. Stay tuned. New episodes every Friday at 12 p.m. Love y'all.